Anime is a powerful medium that can achieve many things. Unlike live-action media, it is able to portray a completely fictional story through the most unbelievable methods not limited by the human body. For this reason, I have a relatively high expectation for anime shows. I think what makes a good anime includes the animation, the story, and the music. However, I find myself disappointed with newer content, as they feel underwhelming. To me, many anime nowadays simply do not present unique stories anymore. Maybe it's because I'm getting older and nostalgia plays a huge part in one's life, but come on, I'm not even 20 yet. That being said, not all of the current anime are unsatisfactory. In fact, I would argue there are several good ones. Spy Family, Attack on Titan, Kimetsu no Yaiba, to list a few. However, there's one anime that has just been the backbone of every anime season. One Piece. While One Piece is definitely not the best anime of all time, I think it can be said to be the textbook of anime. Sometimes One Piece is really bad, but it can also be really good. So today I want to look at One Piece through a few specific moments by looking at its animation, story, and music, and how the three elements come together as a whole. Obviously, there will be spoilers, so watch with caution. I'll be splitting the discussion into two sections, pre-time skip and post-time skip. Time skip is simply a moment in the anime where the crew faces a crushing defeat and are forced to train hard for 2 years, which happened to also drastically change how the animation studio created the anime. Many of the early arcs in One Piece are just islands with a baddie that the protagonists need to defeat, while acquiring important friendships along the way. Thus, the story was simple, yet effective. I want to specifically look at the Arlong Park arc first. The plot of Arlong Park is trying to portray the negative impacts that Arlong, the main antagonist here, had on Nami, who is the main character Luffy's chosen navigator. As a result, the rest of the Straw Hats pirates fight Arlong's crew as revenge. First, I want to look at the sequence of events that led to the attack on Arlong. Initially, nothing really stands out aside from Nami trying desperately to get rid of her tattoo and the crew's walk towards Arlong Park. The animation throughout the scenes are pretty basic, with relatively flat colors and occasional shadows to create depth. Yet, the fact that these simple scenes were still impactful in portraying the emotions makes the show, or at least this sequence, one fitting of a textbook anime. From the combination of lack of music and straight hatred while Nami hurts herself in helplessness, then to Luffy's intervention as Nami asks him to help, all the way until the point where the four guys triumphantly walks towards Arlong's Park accompanied with music. We see that the meaning behind these scenes, which signifies the importance of friendship in their crew, is done so effortlessly that every bit of emotion is provided to the audience. This alone already showcases how the anime balances the three elements perfectly to create a piece that is textbook level. Another interesting thing to bring up is how the show uses a variety of elements to create good scenes while not cutting corners. Modern day, there are a lot of anime that are forced to outsource to other countries, but results in unsatisfactory work. One Piece, however, finds ways around lack of material without sacrificing the quality. For example, in another fight scene where Luffy knocks out his enemy, the studio chooses to use an orchestral piece not commissioned for the anime, most specifically the Dvorak's Symphony No. 9 from the New World Movement 4. The fact that One Piece was able to find a piece of music that is so triumphant and fit it in with the dissonance in pace between the dialogue and the action and animation really helps with portraying the story to be a powerful one and shows that there is always a way to portray the scene, which not many animes do. All in all, despite the fact that early One Piece days weren't the most lavish in terms of animation and materials to work with, the story, music, and animation still work together harmoniously. To me, post-time skip was a bit underwhelming at first. The animation was lacking here and there, which is why I say One Piece was really bad at times. But that isn't something that we want to touch on too much now. I just want to talk about the more recent Wano episodes with fights between the protagonists and the antagonists. To give some context, the anime is reaching a monumental moment signifying the approach to the endgame within the anime. This is done through a combination of fight scenes across this arc, between different protagonists and antagonists. The anime does the variety stages of these fights justice by adding a lot more elements that are sophisticated even by modern day standard, let alone earlier on in the show's history. One of these unique additions is the introduction of variety in animation styles for these scenes in the anime. One such example is where Luffy comes back to fight the main antagonist here, Kaido, one last time. In this scene, we start with no music alongside lower frame rates and a unique line work of varying widths. All of this starts to signify the change in the dynamic of the fight between Luffy and Kaido. Additionally, the music in the background is not overly upbeat, unlike some of the other knockouts or major moments in the anime. This creates a sense of excitement that, yes, Luffy is back, but also foreshadows that this fight is not concluding here. Additionally, there are outside sound effects that are separate from the dialogue and the music. The release of red and black lightning, air currents sloshing around the characters, and the elastic bounce effects adds strength to the attacks. And to link back with why One Piece being the textbook, the variety in animation styles is unique and revolutionary for the anime industry because it introduces so many directions that anime can be taken to. Another similar fight scene to look at is the more recent fight between the protagonist Sanji and the antagonist Queen. In a matter of a few seconds and a few actions, the animation style changes frequently. These changes may seem subtle at first, but when we look at it bit by bit, we start to realize that each animator's style refers to a different aspect of the fight. Here we have a much more blurry and dreamy art style representing the thoughts of Sanji. And here we have a hyper-detailed drawing and animation of the antagonist to really show his pressure and strength. And finally, here we have a lack of detail with a focus on the outline on both characters to showcase this clash of strength. These mixed animations combined with the short staccato music builds up tension, which helps to build the importance of winning this fight, not only for the characters, but for the entire story as well. To the audience, it creates the sense of empowerment for the character Sanji, and logically and emotionally gives viewers a reason to believe that Sanji will win. Generally, we can expect One Piece to be one of the trailblazers in the aesthetics of anime. The unique animation choreography combined with the timing of the music not only elevates the story, but it also sets a higher standard for animes in the near future. To close this off, I think it is fair to say that One Piece has definitely shown the anime community scenes that are well arranged along with its combination of music, art styles, and story. Overall, the anime has proven worthy for why it has been ongoing for so long, and hence what other animes can learn from it.